Hello and welcome back to my channel. I am Mercedes and this is the Frugal Life with Mercedes. So, the TikTok banned. So, there was a lot of talk in recent weeks about TikTok being banned from US servers. I'm just going to say full disclosure, I wasn't really keeping up with it all that much, simply because I don't have a TikTok. I've never even really been on TikTok. Like Brandon has shown me videos, or I've seen videos on Instagram or YouTube that originated from TikTok, things like that. But I've never personally downloaded the app or anything like that. So I knew it didn't affect me personally, so I really wasn't keeping up with it. But I had heard that it was a possibility, and then the news came out that it was going to be, and then Saturday night I saw on Instagram and YouTube that they were saying that it was already taken down. You couldn't even get it in the App Store on in Samsung's or iPhones, and it wasn't supposed to shut down until Sunday, but it happened sometime Saturday night. And I saw people were posting the picture of the PSA announcement, and I did see on a couple other people's social media accounts. I guess there was a couple other apps that were also associated with this. I think they were editing apps or something like that, and all that. So anyway, just full disclosure, I have no idea about all that stuff, but it did happen. And then I saw this evening that the ban was lifted. It had something to do with assurances given, or some of the guidelines for why it was being shut down got modified, or whatever. Anyway, I'm sure you guys probably know more about it than I do. Now, why am I talking about something that I clearly wasn't really keeping up with, doesn't affect me, and I'm admitting to you I don't really know that much about? Because I want to use it as a lesson for all of us. What can we all learn from the TikTok situation? That having multiple streams of income is very important, and things can change dramatically, pretty much without any warning or notice. And I do know that the TikTok thing, there had been talks about it for a long while. I want to say I'd heard something about it a year and a half ago. I could be wrong, but some long amount of time ago. And so there was kind of a warning for people that were using it. But content creation is such a big source of income for so many people. And there are a lot of people who, if TikTok really did get shut down, it would be really devastating to them personally and financially. And I don't know these people, so I can't really say whether they have another job outside of this, or whether they do or don't have other sources of income, or if, all that. So I'm just speaking from what I think is happening. I'm sure there are people that have a plan. They are diversifying their talents into other social media outlets and other business ventures and opportunities. And for the people that are making a ton of money on these platforms, I would hope that they are, putting in index funds and buying real estate, or doing something with it that's really going to benefit their life. Because let's say someone that's on TikTok doing these dances, and some of these dancers are extremely talented, classically trained or self-taught, and they're just fabulous dancers, but there's only so long you can do that. And also, there's only so long that a specific platform is going to be popular, or a specific type of video. We've all seen it where certain things are really in fashion, and then they kind of lose their popularity, and then you could lose all your followers. There's a whole slew of things that could happen. Now, if you are not a content creator, you might be thinking, what does this have to do with me? I am going to be doing some videos. I've had some videos in the works talking about job security and how pensions are a thing of the past, and retirement is not guaranteed, and all things I've kind of touched on in videos before, but I really want to get in depth in them. I still think that there's some people that really think that you get a job and you work it for 50 years and you're going to be set up, and that's not really the case anymore. It's very, very niche that would actually happen in today's society. And so the thing that you can learn about that is you always want to have skills to fall back on. So content creators, if anybody is watching this or happens to see this, let this be a lesson that if TikTok was your only source of income, and I hope that it wasn't, because I really hope that these people are using their platform and using their talents and not just squandering it and not having something to fall back on. But if you didn't, then maybe you could start making videos on Instagram, YouTube, and different social media platforms, and then also start like businesses and like I said, start investing. And for people that are not content creators, make zero money from any online social media source, it's a good opportunity to be thinking about your job security. How could your job change in the next year, 2 years, 10 years, 20 years, depending upon how old you are and how long you're going to still have to work? And do you feel like your job is solid enough that you can work it indefinitely until you get to retirement age? And again, guys, this is not to scare anybody. I always tell you this. This is not about fear. This is about being prepared, because I don't want anybody to be surprised. Because let's say TikTok was a factory. We're all working at the factory, and then it's just boom, regulations come down, boom, political stuff happens, boom, and then all of a sudden all of us can't work there anymore. And so it's kind of a metaphor for life and for our jobs. And it's just kind of something that's been on my mind, especially because of the video that I made the other day and I posted about, having a side hustle, a side business, some sort of trade to fall back on. And you want to have multiple streams of income, because if any of those kind of get plucked out, or maybe are not as profitable, you want to have something else to rely on. Because as I said closer to the beginning of this video, things change, trends change. You could be a person that sells tumblers on Etsy and be killing it financially and just really be doing really well with it. And then one day nobody buys your tumblers. You'll just be gone. And if you don't have a backup plan, then that would be bad. Same thing if you have an office job and they downsize and all of a sudden they're like, yeah, we don't need you as a secretary. We're going to have somebody be our secretary that lives in another country that's going to do it for a fraction of the price. Go home now. You know what I mean? These things do happen. And we don't want to put our head in the sand. We want to be able to take care of ourselves and not be blindsided by things like this. So some of you might think that that's a pretty big jump, a TikTok ban and your personal profession, but I'm here to tell you it's really not that. It's not that big of a leap if you actually think about it. So like I said, it doesn't bother me one way or the other whether TikTok is a thing or not, but it really does get you thinking about what can happen and where to go from there. Okay, guys, so I hope you got something out of this video, and please consider subscribing to my channel. If you did not know, I have an Instagram, The Frugal Life with Mercedes. Until next time, guys, bye.